YouTube, what it do? We are back again. You can tell by my background. A throwback. We talking Mavs. Oh, there you go. Raise that banner shirt by Jay. We are talking Mavs. I know it feels like it's been a while, guys, but we are back with another one, a brand new one here for you guys. Not too much going on news-wise with the Mavericks, as y'all know. The only thing pretty much that came out is the fact that the schedule has came out. Dallas got some pretty key, important dates that came up as far as us playing on Christmas and some the key opponents we're going to play, especially on day one, us playing Atlanta in Atlanta. That's going to suck. But yeah, that's just a few things that happened. But we're going to talk about the major rumor that is surrounding the Mavericks right now. I know Jay's going to go ahead and pre-order his jerseys. We're going to talk about the Goran Dragic and Lauri Markkanen rumors. So with the Lauri Markkanen rumors, that's probably the most recent, and that seems to be the one that's picking up more traction than the Goran Dragic one. As y'all know, Lauri Markkanen is a restricted free agent. He has asked and been wanting to leave Chicago. He wants a fresh start, which I can understand. With some of the additions that they have, it's just going to move him further down in the pecking order. So he wants to go somewhere where he gets a little bit more opportunity and just get a fresh start in general. And one of the places that he's been wanting to come to for the longest is the Mavericks. And so it's kind of funny. The Mavericks are trying. The Mavericks want to get him, but they want to get him at their price. And Lauri Markkanen, I think I've heard us talk about on previous videos, he wants a certain price. And it's like, chances are you're not going to get that because everybody's, cap space is kind of dried up right now. You're at the tail end of free agency. So it'll be a little hard for you to get that money that you're looking for. But we're going to go ahead and get on Lauri Markkanen first. Let me just get y'all opinion on the whole Lauri Markkanen thing. For one, can y'all see us getting Lauri Markkanen? And two, do you think we're going to get Lauri Markkanen? We'll start with you, cuz.
So when it comes to, they do want him. So I don't think we'll end up getting him primarily because of that price. The price is the struggle. Yeah, I think they still have that 15 there, but I think that you can find somebody else that would be willing to take that 15. No, I really don't want them. It's too many injuries, and we have enough players on the team that get injured. So adding another injured, often injured guy on the squad would just put us behind the 8 ball even more. Yeah, I don't want him. Yeah, the injuries. He'll be a nice player, but just getting to the point where we'll have to rely on him, and then bang, he hurt. Bang, KP hurt. And then Luka got to put up 45 a game again, just so we can have a chance. Right. So, yeah, I'd rather get someone that's a little more durable, still be able to handle the ball and stuff. But yeah, marketing at the price that he wants, got to bring that down to about 15 or so. And still with that, say, we can find somebody else that can do a little bit more as well.
What about you, Jay?
I don't care.
They got a tight.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't think adding him would make that much of a difference. Like, he's not like the last piece to the championship puzzle or anything like that. Like, to me, he's just a dude, and I'm not super excited about him being here. I guess any little bit helps as far as taking some of the offensive responsibility off of Luka's hands, but I don't know if he's the guy that's just going to be the difference maker in that scenario. So I don't really care. If it happens, cool. If it doesn't, cool. I don't expect it to happen. Right. But I don't know how much of a difference it makes if it does. Also, we gotta have a discussion about who you give up, because you have to trade to get them. So who are you giving up to do it? And is that person or are those people worth giving up for a guy who, to Will's point, has that issue stay healthy throughout his entire career? So it's just one of those things. He's not as injury prone as KP necessarily, but he's not going to play 82 games. You know that off top. So are you going to give him up for someone who, like Maxey, who's outside of the past, month of the season or so, is pretty durable for the most part? Do you give up a guy like that who is one of your better defenders, is one of your more consistent players in terms of being available, that's been in the lineup for the past 2 or 3 years consistently? Like I said, with the exception of the tail end of last season. I just don't know if it's worth giving him up, because then you're obviously sacrificing defense again, like we did last year when we traded Curry away for Jay Rich. So it's just one of those things where you look at it and say, is it worth the price of admission? Is it, even if he does agree to the amount that it would take that we have to fit him in, is it worth trading the people you have to trade to make that happen? I'm not sure it is.
Let's see. Okay, y'all had some pretty interesting points. I've been thinking about this for a few days. I kind of got some pros and got some cons of this whole thing. Let me do the pros. Let me do the cons first. Okay, so actually, let me break the whole story down. So the thing is, the Mavericks can go two ways with this whole Lauri Markkanen thing. There's reports that if Chicago gets trades Lauri Markkanen, that they do want Maxi Kleber back in return. That's why you hear these guys bringing up Maxi Kleber. And so that's one option. The second option is that Lauri Markkanen takes a little bit less than what he's asking for, and he gets absorbed into the trade exception, which is about $11 million for the Mavericks. And so the like you said, if you decide to go the route of, another thing too, and if they trade him into the trade exception, he has to sign a 3-year contract. That's part of the deal if you end up trading part of that trade exception. So the cons of the whole thing is, like y'all said, you're giving up Maxey. He's a little bit more stable. He's a little bit more, like you said, he just started showing. Healthy. Yeah, he's more healthy. He just started showing towards the end of this year that, he had some injuries or whatever. Other than that, he's been a little bit more durable. One of our best defenders, as Jay just pointed out, Lauri Markkanen, that's his struggle, is the defensive end. He's not really known for defense. Then on top of that, they were saying too that if you end up say if you end up, at one point Chicago might want a first round. Now you can do a first round protected pick, but I don't want to touch my first round at all.
I'm about to say, do we even have any?
Well, yeah. Now that
next year,
yeah, we can now. Because it's a 7-year window that you can use your picks. So the further we go on, the more picks we'll be able to use.
But the first round pick for Lauri Markkanen?
That's what I'm saying. That's part of the cons. Yeah. I don't want to use a first round pick for Lauri Markkanen. I mean, no, I don't want to touch that. So those are my cons. A couple of my pros. The thing about it, I think we touched on this before. I'm to the point now, I don't care who Dallas trades. I really don't. As long as you leave Luka alone, I don't care. You can trade the whole entire team for one player for all I care. I do not care.
That player may be good though.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Please put that caveat in there, because that sounds like you're saying we could trade somebody for KD.
Well, no. I'm saying like if we was to wake up tomorrow and they said they traded Maxi Kleber, I'm not gonna lose any sleep. I mean,
I would depend on who they got. I'm just that's all.
I understand. But my thing is for the pros thing, Maxi. If y'all be real with yourself, Maxi's capped out. Maxi's about to be 30 years old and he's capped out. I like Maxi, but like I said, if you were to tell me that Maxi's getting traded, I would not lose any sleep. You're 30 years old. You're capped out. In the last 2 playoff series, you didn't really show up for whatever reason it could be. It could be injuries or you just didn't show up at all.
I give them that first one. That was their first time in the playoff run, and Kawhi kept hitting him with that forearm for the whole series. Like that forearm took out his legs, so I let that one slide. This last one, he should have been more ready.
I will say though, I think it's been documented that he was hurt throughout pretty much the entire second half of the year. Between his back, I think he had an Achilles issue too. He had a lot of issues. So
COVID
and COVID also. So I'm more inclined to be on the inverse, where 2 years ago, you screwed up, buddy. Like you was out there laying bricks, like you was building another bubble out there.
What was it like? 2 for 27.
It was horrible.
For 3.
This year, I'm a little less hard on him because he was playing hurt, and like that, I don't know. But I get what you're saying, Ray. As far as like, you feel like his potential is maxed out. I don't feel that way, but I understand why you do feel that way. I just, again, like for me, I understand that because it's like we don't have a lot of options, and so it's like his role was elevated here because we don't have any options, and so the fact that we had to depend on him to be something that he really isn't is not his fault necessarily. It's more indictment on the front office and their lack of ability to get people in here that can actually contribute. So I
look at it too, Jay.
Hard on him because I don't know that it's his like. The role that we are expecting him to play is far exceeds what he should be.
And that's what I was about to say. We already see what he's doing in that role.
Yeah.
Just imagine him playing that way, but you slide him down.
Yeah, for
sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that'll make it even better.
That'd be nice.
But with the whole Lauri Markkanen thing, like, you know what I'm saying, he's also 6 years younger. And the fact that this the thing that I kind of was thinking about. Somebody brought this up, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who brought this up. The Mavericks, we all know for the longest, since Mark Cuban has bought this team, does not care about the draft.
No.
So that's why they go out and they get a guy like KP, somebody who was young. Who we got him? 23?
Yeah.
23? Yeah, so
he was 23.
You get them young and hoping that your coaching staff can develop them and then they can become something. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not drafting anybody. So that's the only way that you can trade for a young player like that, and hopefully you can build them and develop them and all that stuff. And with Lauri Markkanen, like the dude can score. He can score. And I think we talked about this before too. Not necessarily, like I know you're not going to go out there and get LeBron and Kawhi and KD and all them, but if you can get enough talented guys just to help take the pressure off of Luka, to where Luka don't got to go out there and give you 45 in one half. You have some guys that can get you sparingly 12 here, 13 there. Get enough of those guys that'll help Luka not only with the scoring and having to carry the load, but it's kind of cut back on his minutes, which keeps him fresh for the playoffs to where he don't have to score 30 points again in the first half. But like I said, I don't have a decision yet on if I want him or not. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of like what you were saying, Jay. If they were to come back and say, hey, we got Lauri Markkanen, that's cool. But if they come back and say, oh, we can't get Lauri Markkanen, I'm not going to lose any sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of pros and a lot of cons. I've heard it from different folks here in Dallas on why we should get him and why we shouldn't get him or whatever. And I've kind of been like watching videos and kind of putting my 2 little cents in to kind of see like, okay, I can see where they're going with the pros. I can see where they're going with the cons. So, but I really not, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, either way, I don't care. Because to me, man, I feel like you said, he's not the missing piece, but he can be a part of something that they can help Luka this year to where he don't have to score 100. Because like this dude can score. At his best, he was scoring damn near 20 points a game. So we know he can score. And so that's why I said, I just, either way, I'm not going to lose any sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, don't touch my first round pick. Please do not touch my first round pick. That's what I don't want Dallas to do. You know what I'm saying? If you can get him now, if I was Lauri Markkanen, well, I can't say I'm Lauri Markkanen because it's his money. But if you want to be in a better situation, man, the thing is, he wants to come to Dallas. He even posted pictures on his Instagram page, bro, him in a Dirk jersey and how this dude loves Dirk. He tried to patent his game after Dirk. And if you watch this dude game, he has a little bit of Dirk in his game. Not just because he's 7-foot white dude, but you know what I'm saying, he had a lot of Dirk in his game.
That's who he got compared to come out in the draft.
Yeah, exactly. Because matter of fact, remember when we was in that draft that year, and I was saying I kind of wanted Lauri Markkanen. I thought that he can kind of fill that Dirk role. Like as soon as Dirk leave, you got a Dirk right there. You know what I'm saying? And so with him, man, like he could put the ball on the floor. This dude took it coast to coast. Like remember young Dirk? He used to take stuff coast to coast and all that. That's how Lauri Markkanen is. He has a lot of Dirk's game in him. And for the pro part, like I said, if you can get the coaches that Jason Kidd and them can get their hands on this young dude, I just want to see what they can do with Lauri Markkanen with that talent, because the dude has upside. It's gonna really take about opportunity and the motivation of him wanting to be in Dallas. Hopefully that can be the two things that can kind of add to him taking that next level. That next step, I should say. But like I said, either way, I'm not tripping. If we do get him, cool. If not, I'm not tripping. I still feel like Dallas got a long way to go. I don't. It's all going to hinge on, I guess, what KP does. Because I know y'all seen the pictures of him. He going back to big KP.
In the lab.
Yeah, he hitting the weights again. So we got to see how that go. But
KP was nice though.
Yeah, he was. You know what?
When he was healthy,
because I was sitting there thinking that he was nice in bubble KP, all that stuff. He was swole. Then also you start complaining about having all that muscle and couldn't move, and then you go back to this part, this KP. And it's like, so what was bad about that KP?
I think what they're gonna end up doing is trying to use the muscle to protect his body. I think that's what they're gonna end up having to do. Use the muscle.
Well, see, they did it, but he said he was uncomfortable and then just lost it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think,
but you put the numbers up with that.
Said it doesn't matter now. It's like if you want to play, you need the muscle.
Yeah.
If you want to play, you need to put the muscle on to protect your body.
Because bubble KP was muscle KP. That's all the same person.
Exactly. I'm saying one last thing on Lauri. Like, isn't that bizarre that no one's made an offer?
Yeah,
it is.
You know what I mean? Like,
because I heard people saying that it might be because he still wants that price. I don't know how true that is.
Nobody's willing, like, I mean, because that's not like he's asking for 30 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a astronomical number that he's asking for. I mean, maybe it is for him, but it just strikes me as weird that nobody's made an offer like that. That to me makes me less interested. Like nobody else cares enough to even make an offer to make Chicago have a
Charlotte was looking at him. What happened with that? So the Charlotte must have went the Kelly Oubre route.
I think so.
Okay, we good.
I think so. And that to me is like nobody's even making because the thing about it is like you're not even making Chicago have to make a decision on whether they're gonna match you or not. Like no one's making.
Chicago don't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it's
just weird. That's
just sit on it. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Now that you mention that, bro, that do kind of sound kind of weird because, like I said, the only team I heard that was New Orleans too.
Yeah,
and New Orleans got the money. Matter of fact, I think New Orleans has a 17 million trade exception.
I'm not sure what happened with that though, because I think I know that I do remember them mentioning being interested. I just never heard anything come out of it.
Because who they pick up afterwards? All they did was that they made that trade, the Bledsoe trade, and then that was it. Like I thought they would have, unless he telling you don't want to go. I don't know.
Which is probably, and that's a horrible mistake if you're doing that.
Yeah, because 17 million.
Because then if you're doing that, you can't say what team you want to go to and what money you want to make. It can't be both. Yeah, so if you're gonna say
so we definitely can't pay you that, man. We definitely can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right,
left is our trade exception. That's it.
Right. So if you can't have both ways. If you want to come here, then you can come here, but you can't come for 17. So
11.
If you want 17, you can't come here. So you gotta pick which one. You can't have both. So you gotta decide. Yes. So if he is doing that, what Will just mentioned about potentially telling them like, yo, I want to go, to Dallas or whatever, then his agent is doing a horrible job because it's like you cannot have your person saying, I want to go to Dallas and I want to make $17 million a year. Well, you're gonna be sitting on the sideline this year there.
So do you like Chicago? In the wintertime, where you gonna be at, bro?
For real.
We can't give you 17, bro. And we not trading. I think Dallas is trying to get him to get into that trade exception without touching anybody on the roster.
Right.
Which is gonna lead me to this next player. Of course, Jay said he's gonna get this jersey hands down, and that's Goran Dragic.
Already got
it. Goran Dragic. Another issue. Well, see, the thing is, Gordon wants to be bought out, but the Raptors don't want to buy him out because, like we said before in previous videos, $19 million. That's a nice trade piece that they can use to get whoever they want or whatever. Not whoever we want, but you know what I mean. You can use in a team picking him up. And then for that next year, you got almost 20 million off your books right there. You got 20 million worth of salary cap off your books. Mm-hmm. And so I know Tim Cato kind of was talking about, I can't remember if it was Lauri or Dragic that was about 40 or like 30 or 40% chance of us getting them or whatever. I think we might have a more.
It was Lauri.
Okay, I think it
was Lauri.
Okay, I think we have a better chance getting Lauri than Gordon.
Dragic.
I don't think Dallas is going to trade for that 19. Because they're really trying to just keep things the powder dry. I think we brought that up before. With the whole Goran Dragic thing. I know a lot of Mavs fans have been sitting at home and on their phones, constantly looking to see if we made any moves or hoping they get some kind of alert or something. I guess let me get your opinion. Let me get y'all opinion on it, man. Because we think about the whole Goran Dragic situation, man.
So there's this younger point guard that used to play in Dallas that I wouldn't mind coming back to Dallas.
Who is that, Josh?
That's where that's who I think Dallas should go after.
Right. Is that point guard also mentioned that he wants to come back to Dallas? Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know who you talking about. No, I have no idea who you're talking about.
And he's a free agent.
What? So you telling me he has no team right now?
Did y'all see what Mark Cuban said about that?
No, what'd he say?
He said that they don't have at the moment they don't have enough roster spots.
I mean, he's not lying about that. They don't.
He's not, but I mean,
I'll find space for him.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of because I think somebody asked him about it.
I was gonna say something about the roster spot thing, but yeah, go ahead.
And they just signed 3 summer league dudes to fill their training camp roster. They're at 20, which to me is like, I mean, so you had 3 spots you could have used and you didn't. But all right, but yeah, he just mentioned that they don't have the roster spots right now. But he never actually said. He said that could change, but as of right now, they don't have the roster spots. I
was gonna talk about that roster spot thing, but yeah, go ahead, Guz.
Yeah, I would open the spot up for him because even if it's just a 1-year deal. So as far as Goran, I wouldn't. If I was Dallas, I wouldn't trade for him. That's pretty expensive. If he was bought out, then I'll bring him in. But yeah, I primarily want Dennis to be that another guard coming off the bench.
Right.
Because then I feel like if he is balling out by through All-Star weekend, then you might be able to do other trades going to the trade deadline to bolster your team.
What about you, Jay?
My whole thing with Dragic has just been the price. I'm not interested.
Yeah, you and the Mavericks.
Yeah, right. That's been the only thing because I mean, for me, like 19 million,
it's a nasty number.
That's. I mean, it's not the biggest contract, but damn, like
for that
age, look at him.
Yeah.
I look at him like exactly right. I look at him. I look at that age. I look at the past couple of years. Has not ended the healthiest for him.
Yeah.
That those things eventually kind of pile up, and I just don't want I don't want us to be the team holding that contract. Like, oops, and he's on the sideline of a boot or on crutches or whatever. So for me, it's just like it's a timing thing. I think that we kind of fall in love with certain guys. And we kind of want that guy for years. Like 3 years ago, I wouldn't have no issue with this. 3 years ago, I would have no issue with this. But like whenever
we wanted him. Matter of fact, we wanted him 5 years ago. Remember that?
Right. Yeah. Our fan base is so weird. So like we'll have like a particular player that we hear either is interested or something, and then we'll latch on to that dude for like 4 years. Yeah. Like it don't matter. Like they need to be holding on to him. It was like, bro, he was good back then. Now he's washed. You still like, we should have got so and so. It's like it's over. But anyway, so I get the idea of wanting him. I get how close we were last year to getting him at the draft trade or whatever time frame that was. I want to say it was around the draft.
It was draft.
Yeah. So I know we were close to getting him. But I think at this point, to Will's point, if it's not a buyout, if it's not after a buyout, rather, I'm not particularly interested just because you have to give up too much. And I get Will's point 100% about I got to trade who I got to trade to get a guy that's going to help win. But how long is he going to be able to help us win, right? Like, am I going to trade younger pieces for a guy that's going to help out for a year? And if he helps out for a year and he's gone, then it's like, okay, maybe you open up that cap space by absorbing that expiring contract, but then it's like, what do you do after that? You know what I mean? So for him, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think either one of these guys are a good idea for us to get based on how we would have to get them. If the scenarios were different, my answer may be different, but I'm just not comfortable with that type of an investment to get a guy who may or may not be able to contribute at the level that they expect. I really think because Dragic was in Miami and Mavs fans don't really follow Miami like that they saw him play in the finals and they were like, or last year, I'm sorry, not in the finals, but they saw him play in the bubble. And thought that he was like, oh, this dude, it's not the same. Like, time has come since then. And a lot of things too, like these players have played so much basketball in a small amount of time that when you're on the older end of things, that really kind of accelerates the clock.
You said LeBron?
That's a perfect example. So for me, it's just like I said before, I don't hate Dragic. I like him, but just not for the price.
Yeah.
Get him. Yeah.
No, I'm with you for both cases. Like, if Markkanen was to be absorbed into the trade exception, and if Gordon would get bought out, sign me up, because you're not really giving up too much. But if we do have to trade somebody, it's gonna have to be your boy Dwight Powell. Got to get him out of here, bro. We got 155 centers on this team, man. Like, this is the reason why we can't sign Dennis Smith right now. He got no room because we got 155 centers on this team. And so I was gonna ask y'all, is Burks' contract guaranteed?
No.
Because I think can we buy him out or cut him or whatever? Because I know he's not making that much, like $3 million or something like that.
I think it's 3, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That'll be a roster spot right there. Because
we can't trade Dwight.
Oh God!
Why? We can't trade him.
Well, I will help pack that man bags if he leaves, man. I'm sorry, man. I just
no, we can't trade him.
For $11 million, man. I can give you somebody else, man. But the Dragic thing, like I said, if they buy him out,
it's fully guaranteed. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh crap. Okay. How many years y'all left? Is there one more?
He signed a 3-year deal, so I think there's 2 years left.
Is the third year a team option?
The third year is what's that green? It is not a team option.
Damn it. I guess that makes sense, I guess. Because I think after I don't know how that works. So okay.
It's actually a player option.
Player
Player option.
Dang. Okay. Well, I don't know. Can they buy it? Can they buy him out? It's not that much. I mean, Mark, you can probably keep that in his wallet. Just take this and get out of my face, man.
I don't know if they can buy out. Can you buy out multiple years? I thought they had to be on the last year.
Yeah, you can buy out multiple years.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
because really it depends on how much the player wants to give. What's the buyout? It depends on how much the player is willing to give up in the buyout. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they don't get that. They don't get that full contract, so they have to get back some of that money. It's going to depend on the player how much you talking about giving back. But I think in his case, it's only like you said 3 per year.
3 and 3, yeah, 3.1 this year, 3.3 next year.
$6 million, bro. Did I keep one of my pillowcase right here, bro? Get on out of here. You good? Go find your team, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, gone with y'all, man. Let me ask y'all this, man. Because of course y'all know the schedule just came out. How confident? I ain't saying champion. You think they're gonna win the championship or nothing, but how confident are you with this team going into this year, man? Scale of 1. You do this. Scale of 1 to 10. How confident?
So for me, it's all about Luka.
I mean, it's all about Luka. That's a problem.
No, I know that. Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, outside of COVID last year and a freezer when Dallas froze or Texas froze,
still can't believe that.
I feel like they would have been a top 4 team in the West, and that was a YMCA team. So having a coaching
I gotta chill with that,
bro. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas, bro.
Y'all
I'm
got
loving
chill.
it.
Shout out to Gilbert Arenas,
But
no
with them
lie
having,
told.
you're right. But with them having developmental coaches, having a muscle KP, I think that they have a shot to do pretty well. I think this year they will make it to the second round of the playoffs. I think they will.
I hope so. What you think, Jay?
I don't know if I can put a number on it 1 to 10 because 10 to me means they're gonna win the championship.
Yeah.
And I would say just because
So one to be lottery.
I would say just with Luka being on the team, we're already at 6 or 7.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, I'll just probably just stay there. I don't know, man. I think there's just too many variables to really say at this point. I think the West is pretty wide open. Probably more wide open than it's been in a while. I mean, obviously, everybody's already crying Lakers, but I think that there is a lot more opportunity out there because there's just so much risk with, I don't want to call them old, but there's so much risk with kind of hitching all your, kind of putting all your chips in on a team that really is an older team. And so
I think they're literally the oldest team in the league right now.
Yeah, so I don't know how well that goes. Thankfully, they've got enough guys to where it kind of lessens the burden. Like, last year they, if AD or LeBron went down, it was a wrap for them. Now they've done a good job of kind of getting more support so that the burden isn't so heavy on those guys, and that could potentially help them be, around longer on the back end come playoff time. But I mean, I'm not as woe is me as a lot of the Mavs fans are as far as like where we are. I mean, we are like a COVID outbreak away from being like a 3 seed last year. And that's why, like, I get it. Gilbert played in the league for however long he played in, and I feel that. But just saying YMCA, I can't do that, though. If he was out there right now, they'd be busting his ass. It just is what it is. But anyway, I'm not as low on them as other people are. I know that we're not there.
Yeah,
but I don't think we're that far off compared to other teams in the league. I think I just saw yesterday that Clay might not come back until like Christmas.
Yeah, around Christmas, yeah.
Which is like 35 games a season for them. So they may just have him for half of the season. So like who knows where they're gonna be at that point. So it's just like there's just a lot of wide openness. I think Phoenix comes back down a little bit to earth.
Yeah, I do too.
From last year, I don't know what happens with Denver because Jamal Murray's not going to be here to start the season out. So I don't know. I'm long-winded, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of different variables that come into play, and I think that having the opportunity to be in this Western Conference right now, where it is more wide open than I think people assume, could be advantageous. Obviously, it just depends on what Jason does and how long it takes for us to kind of adjust to whatever his style of play is compared to Rick's. So yeah, that's a long way of saying I have no idea what they're going to do next year. But I'll just say again, I'm not as like down on them as a lot of people are, because I feel like as long as you got 77 on the floor, you got a chance. And
that sounds familiar.
He just
another player we used to have. Stretch real quick. My bad. Stretch. I'm sorry, y'all.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think I'm looking at like.
I thought you were picking up the white powder. I was about to say no, he not it.
Oh no!
Not give me no.
So yeah, man, I think top 5 seed. Seed next year. I think top 5 seed.
Top 5. Okay, yeah, because like Portland, that boy Dame gonna be, man.
That's tough.
Dang, I'm sorry, man. Zion, same thing.
That's tough. Zion making the playoffs.
Yeah. Cause I was thinking about Zion the other day because he's gonna be a restricted free agent after he got drafted a year after Luka, right? Yeah, a year after Luka.
Yeah.
It's a year after Luka. Luka got contract kicks in next year.
Yeah.
So that means Zion will be eligible
this year.
Yeah, so Zion will be eligible for a contract extension next year. And so for me, I think that I'm kind of like with you, Jay. I'm like a wait and see type of approach right now. I don't know because we still don't know. Cause I think I've heard too that Jason Kidd's gonna go with the pace and space and pace style of coaching, which is kind of another reason why I was saying Lauri Markkanen will kind of fit perfect in that type of system, which means also too with space and pace it's gonna be a little bit more up tempo.
Right.
So that's gonna be a good thing for him. So it's gonna depend on because like you said, you got Luka. That started you off right. That gives you a little head start right there. It's gonna depend on KP. Y'all see he out here looking like He-Man now, so we're gonna see what happens. I don't know. I'm kind of with y'all, man. I hope everything works out, but from what I've seen in the first half of the schedule, we getting tested early, man. We're getting tested early. Which is nothing new. I think Dallas always has like a harder schedule towards the beginning of the season, and it kind of gets a little bit easier towards the end. So, but yeah. But yeah, I guess that'd be it right there, guys. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about before we end it?
No, just go ahead, Will.
The fact that they were able to get Christmas Day game and the MVP
in Utah
in Utah. That was pretty interesting. So I think it's all Luka magic. The world wants Luka. So
yeah, when I saw that one surprised. I was like, yeah, I knew last year Dallas was gonna be on a Christmas Day game this year. I was kind of telling my brother-in-law that. I said, yeah, Dallas gonna be on there next year. Like you said, especially with Luka being the draw he is. Yeah, they'll be on there.
I don't like that. All the games are on the road.
Yeah, this
all those games, they're on the road. The Christmas Day game, MLK game, all those games are on. Wow, the home opener.
First game of the year, bro. Listen, we've had this talk before. I don't know why it's like. I think was it last year was the first time in 5 years we had a home game the beginning of the season. Because we play Washington first game or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. And that was the first time in 5 years. I think Mark followed us might say Chuck. Somebody said that's the first time in 5 years we actually had a game where we start at home because every year I think we played Phoenix twice back-to-back years in Phoenix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
start of the season. So I'm just like, bro, why we always got like you said, we always have a start off the season on the road. And I think they said it was only one time in Mavericks history where when they do play on Christmas, we play here at home. Other than that, all road games.
I don't get it.
Then on top of that, you're in Utah.
Right.
Usually they have the games in the bigger market cities on Christmas.
Right.
Utah, that's Oak Cliff. You know what I'm saying? That's not
someone down there.
But you know what I'm saying? Who goes to Utah, bro? Come on, man.
That's weird.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that, bro. I understand the matchup, but I just don't understand the location. It just don't make any sense. But yeah. All right, guys. If there's nothing else, I guess that'll do it for us. We'd like to thank y'all for rocking with us on this new edition of We Talk Mavs. Guys, also please like and subscribe to the channel, guys. We're trying to make it to our first 100 subscribers. And I see my cuz over here with the Dirk. And I also want to congratulate my cuz on a new addition to the family.
Yeah,
baby.
Appreciate it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I want to thank Jay for this jersey, man. Appreciate it, Jay. You hooked me, you gave me that code, everything. I'm out here with it, baby. I'm out here. I've been wanting this jersey for the longest. I finally got it. But yeah, guys, with that being said, guys, also please comment down below. Do you want either Goran Dragic or Lauri Markkanen, or do you want both? You guys have ideas of how they can get them? Let us know. Or neither. Yeah, if you don't want either, go ahead and comment down below. Let us know that too. But like I said, we'd like to thank y'all for rocking with us. And with that being said, it's your boy Real. I got my cuz Will. I got my boy Jay. And we'll catch y'all again here very soon. Yes, sir.